Hi, everybody. Today we're talking about why. It's such an important question in both your business life and your personal life to ask of yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? What is the reason behind my actions? Why? Uh, I'm teaching an entrepreneur class with Cindy Cohen, and there's many sections to the class: setting up your business, creating a business plan, getting your tools together, getting your financing together. And I am teaching the mindset part of the class. And one of the sections I'm doing in the mindset part is determining your why for a business. And that has been such an important thing for me as a business owner, as a business grower, to write down my why, to know my why, to put it down on paper, and not to be ignored or forgotten, to grow it as needed. I remember learning this early on in my business, and I was listening to a podcast, and Lisa Satora was talking about business plans, and she was talking about how important it is to know your why. Why are you in business? Why do you want to succeed in business? What is your reason? And your reason is not going to be the same as the person next to you's reason, and it's not going to be the same as my reason or the person in the next building's reason. Everybody's going to have a different why. And it doesn't matter what your why is, as long as it rings true to you. When you're figuring out your reason why you're starting a business, or your reason why you're doing what you're doing, don't try to impress anybody else. You don't have to have an altruistic reason to be in business. You don't have to be, trying to save the planet or feed the hungry. If that doesn't ring true in your heart, it isn't going to keep you going. I mean, that might be your reason why, and if it is, I'm so grateful and glad for you. But for a lot of us, the reasons are really so we can buy things for ourselves, buy things for our family, um, get our ideas out into the world, leave a legacy. So spend some time thinking about your reason why. I remember my in and then write it down on paper. Could not be more important. There's something magical. I don't know all the studies or the numbers behind it, but when you put a goal on paper, you are so much more likely to achieve it. And plus, you can pull that paper out, or put it somewhere where you can see it every day, and that's going to help you when things get tough. Lastly, you're going to want to grow your why as needed, because you're going to find yourself meeting and achieving goals, and then those goals aren't going to be inspiring anymore. You're going to have already gotten there, and you're going to want to grow your reason why as needed. I remember one of my very first whys when I was starting my eBay business back in 2012. I really wanted to buy this new purse. It was a purse, guys. It was at Marshall's. It was $220, and I felt somehow guilty if I were to spend that money on a purse instead of on my family. And I remember thinking, as soon as I get my first $220, I'm going to buy that purse. Um, and I did. And then my next why involved vacations with my family. I wanted to go to Disneyland. We did that. I wanted to go on a cruise, which was amazing and magical, and we did that. And we kept doing a lot of cruises and a lot of really nice vacations every year. So after my business was to the point of being able to afford those things, I thought, well, what's my next why? Why, I was attached to this idea of having a why and writing it down. It seemed to be working. Uh, so I made a really audacious why for me at that time. And I wanted to pay off my house, and I wanted to fund four college educations. And that was a biggie. Like I remember writing it down, and I remember, starting to make the payments and putting extra money toward the house and extra money in the college funds. But I realized that I really needed a better visual than just having it written down because it was so much and it was so big that transferring $1,000 to the mortgage on the computer didn't really mean much to me. So I took a big poster board and I put house fund and college fund, and every time I would transfer money, I would fill out a square or a series of squares toward that goal, and it was really inspiring for me to see the money adding up on the paper and knowing that we were hitting those goals, both of which we made. We paid off the house in I don't know 2016, 2017, and we just now finished funding our last kids, our fourth daughter's college education. So feels super good. And I'm working on my next why, which is going to be even bigger and more audacious than the last one. Um, but I highly encourage you, if you're starting a business or even if you're not starting a business, write down the reason why you're pursuing what you're pursuing. Figure it out, spend some time. Might take you a month. You might want to go to the beach and really journal on it and think it through. It might take you some time, but come up with one that means something to you, that's compelling for you. Write it down on paper and then revisit it, grow it as needed. Um, I, it is so inspiring for you as you try to achieve things, to have a why, to get it on paper, and to keep growing it. This is Wendy Carrier. You can find more articles about mindset and prosperity and personal growth at wendy-carrier.com. Thank you.